It's like, I mean, what's the deal with the Iron Road?
The Iron Road. What's the deal with the Iron Road? Be more specific. I like to ask something more specific.
Like, what's it about?
What's it about? I mean, it really, if I had to really hone in on it and think about just really the most important things that I want to be able to reflect in this, in season 1 of the Iron Road is connecting with people. You know, sharing and connecting. I mean, I know that's maybe an overused word nowadays, you know, connecting. I just want to connect, but it's true. That's what I really want this series to reflect, is how we can connect with other people and how small the world is getting, and how convenient it is for us to just go from one place to the next and completely change our environment. You know, part of the show is it's not just about the metalworking techniques and the processes. It's about the culture and the region where this is, and being able to live that through something that you enjoy, like forging or like blacksmithing, and to see how, you know, some of the things that these people, I say these people, you know, the people in those places might be producing are shaped by their environment and the culture that they have and the history in that country. And that's what I think is going to be so great about this show. I think we're about a month and a half, let's say comfortably a month and a half out before our release date for our first season 1, episode 1 release. That's our cat there, Ron. Season 1, episode 1, about a month and a half away. That'll be this summer, July, end of July, maybe first week of August. I mean, the first episode was done in mainland U.S. What I really would like is to, since we're not borrowing money or asking for crowdfunding to fund this venture, is to have the first episode, you know, maybe reimbursed for some of the expenses for doing that, and also financing, you know, episode 2, which episode 2, if everything goes as planned, will be shot in Indonesia, and we'll be traveling there for probably 8 to 10 days. So really, the optimum, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it right away. What I really would like to do is to have a schedule where it's a consistent schedule with the same, you know, release date, for each episode. You know, maybe the first of every month. That would be great. I mean, it's a reach right now, but you know, the first of every month or the first week of every month, we have a new episode, or at least every 2 months. You know, 6 episodes a year, 12 episodes a year. 6 probably being more realistic, but you know, something like that. The first episode was in, I'm going to say, the Bay Area, San Francisco. You know, we were in Oakland and San Francisco for the first episode, and it just seemed like a good idea to maybe keep the first episode somewhat local. I mean, because we hadn't really, we needed to get sort of one under our belt and experience it and keep the cost down of, you know, traveling 2.5 hours is a lot less expensive than traveling to Indonesia or to Peru or to Zimbabwe, which is some of the other locations that we'd like to go to. And the amount of time that you'd need to do something like that. I mean, we shot down to San Francisco and we're there for, 3 or 4 days, 3 days. And where, you know, some of these other locations, it would mean at a minimum, 7 to 10 days. So, and a lot more money.
Why did you choose San Francisco over other, you know, similarly located West Coast cities? I mean, because you live in Northern California.
Right.
You know, so you have access to kind of the Pacific Northwest, California, Colorado, Nevada are fairly close.
There was a few reasons. Why San Francisco? Why Jim Austin? Why Jefferson Mack? You know, San Francisco, of course, it's an incredible place to revisit again and again and again, and the culture that is there. But to take two people like Jim Austin and Jefferson Mack, who the roads, the paths, the roads, right, the Iron Road, the roads that they've chosen to go down and follow this forging, metalworking career are two totally different directions. I mean, you have Jim Austin, who is very scientific, and he's a one-man shop, and the things that he's chosen to focus on in his metalworking career compared to Jefferson Mack, and you'll be able to see that and hear these guys talk about some of their background and what they're working on currently, and then to make a comparison between the two guys and to be able to think about and to see that and actually hear these guys talk about it. I mean, those are the sorts of things that I'm really excited about. There's times I go down there and I don't do much of anything. Maybe it's the change of scenery that I enjoy. And, I go from, I'm craving that sort of contrast where I go from, rural, Glenn County, Orland, California of 7,000 people, and I get to go, look at skyscrapers and, mix and mingle with people from all over the world. And I enjoy that, and I think I need that, I enjoy where I live, don't get me wrong, but, sometimes I feel like it's, living on an island out here, and it can get, when you get too much inside your own head, you have to listen to the alarm going off and understand it and go, fill your cup or whatever you want to call it, and locate yourself to a place where you can sort of revive your I want to say, revive your activity or integrating yourself with people again. And, out here I have a lot of space and freedom to kind of wander around and not have a lot of contact with human beings. But, I used to really enjoy that. And the older I get, the more I feel like it's important to have conversations and to meet people and to integrate and hear people's stories and share all that, and it's fun. And so I've really changed, in the last 10 or 15 years, where I went really, I don't want to say I was a hermit because I wasn't, but I'm much more social now, and I'm enjoying that. And someplace like San Francisco, you can really, meet such a wide variety of people and in different settings, whether it be a restaurant or a cafe or, just walking around, or the hot tub at the swimming pool at the hotel, or, that sort of thing.
What are you excited about most for people to see in the first episode?
Wow. Okay.
I'm not asking you to reveal anything.
Right. Yeah, I understand. What am I excited for? I'm excited about the first episode because I feel like we're going to break some new ground. I feel like we're raising the stakes a little bit, and for me it was a huge jump out of my comfort zone, and in doing this, and I don't know if I'd want to use the word risk. Like it was a huge risk to do this. It was a risk. There's an investment there that, I don't know what's going to happen, but, the first episode, I hope people can sort of feel some of the same things that I'm feeling, and hopefully all of the things that I've wanted to share, whether it be through the filming techniques or the dialogue or the clips that we use and the people that we've talked to and the places that we went. hopefully they can, people can kind of share that same emotion that, we're trying to get across through a media format. That would be amazing. I mean, that's all I can hope for, and that people really sort of, just can sit back and enjoy this and feel like, they're watching watching something that's, trying to. Oh my God, that cat just drives me nuts. Hey! I've always had a fascination with filming and motion picture. This isn't a motion picture, but things like that, and I enjoy that. So, it was a real opportunity finally to say, hey, let's see if we can, with somebody else shooting, working the cameras, not the actual person that's doing the film. I'm not holding a selfie stick. I mean, there's a camera guy, and as well as doing the camera, he's in charge of the editing, and we work together to put together this whole idea in this episode. So, it's going to be different in a lot of ways. And first of all, in those ways, and the fact that we're going to be going to, other locations to do this. It's not about Brent Bailey and his, my shop. It's about, other people and other places, and I'm just there to sort of, what's the best word? Be the conveyor for all of these things. So we're able to share this, and I probably, it's not like I'm going to be doing it's not me sitting down at a table and with someone across the table and we're asking and answering questions. That's not at all what we're trying to do. In those ways, especially the fact that we're going to be traveling to other places, to actual locations and destinations to get the film that we need, the footage that we need, that's huge. I know that other things out there in media are doing this, but it's not necessarily, I don't think it's been done yet in the way that we're going to do it within, this community.
What can people do to make sure that there's more?
As I mentioned earlier, I really was adamant about not borrowing money or crowdfunding to do this. I wanted to be able to stand on its own. And, here's what I would like. The question was, how can people support the Iron Road? I think the only thing that I could possibly ask for at this point is understand that we are two people. And it's me and it's, Ethan Yazel, the cameraman, the editor. And we are, we both have other responsibilities in our lives. Not that this is, it's not a hobby. This is not what we're trying to make it, but it's definitely not something that we can just say, okay, you know what, let's work on the Iron Road for the next year. I mean, and only the Iron Road. Neither of us can do that. We're having to really, I don't want to say change our schedule, but like find the time to do this and financing it. So the thing that would be really supportive is just understand that like most seasons, like series, if you want to call it a series that will hopefully endure the first year, and is to give it a chance. Don't pull the plug on the first episode. Look, I have, this is all new to me, and it will get better. I mean, I'm confident the first one is going to be it's not going to be perfect in any means, but it will hit the mark. I mean, we put the time and we put the work in, and hopefully, you know, it'll it'll be entertaining, but not without flaw. So give it 3 or 4 episodes to kind of let us work into, you know, working out the kinks and understanding that, you know, this is new for both of us, and it will get better. And, you know, don't give up on us. We will, you know, we're both very driven, very meticulous people who care about, you know, the integrity of what we're doing and improving. So that's all I can hope for, is that people just don't see the first one and say, wow, that was not what I expected. You know, I'm not going to watch another one. You know, just hang in there for a few episodes, and, you know, don't give up. You know, we will get there. Okay. What time is it?
Just past 6:30.
Okay, I better hit it, dude.